everyone, and welcome to Gargoyle Nation. I'm your host, Desi C, and I am the face of this channel. Now, if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad that, you keep coming back. For this video, I wanted to do a bit of a synopsis slash review of the comics, because currently that's how we're getting Gargoyles. It would be great to be able to bring the show back. Everyone would love that, but it is currently not in the cards. Neither is anything live action, obviously. So comics are how we are continuing the story, and comics are important. So I figure, why not talk with that? I know I had a choice between starting with the SLG comics or the Dynamite ones, and I decided to go with the Dynamite ones. No shade against SLG or anything. I just wanted to start with Dynamite because that's the current run. Once I get through Dynamite, hopefully that won't be for a very, very long time, or, I might switch it up and throw SLG into the mix. But yeah, Dynamite's just newer. It's fresher in my memory. I just, wanted to start with that instead. And plus, there are people currently who may not know that the Dynamite comics exist, and I would love this to be the reason why they find out that it does. Let's, keep those sales up. Let's keep this comic going. Let's get as much story out as possible. That'll make the rest of us happy. That'll make Greg happy, okay? Let's keep Greg happy. So, to start off with, yes, Dynamite has started releasing the comics. It has been 13 years, okay? 13 years since the last canonical issue was released. So for Dynamite and Disney and Greg and everyone to come together and go, let's do this. It took 13 years to start doing it again. So thank you to the powers that be. This issue, the very first one, is titled A Little Crazy. And you know what? I don't know if they did this on purpose. They probably did. Not only are things in the issue itself a little crazy, they went a little crazy with the covers. Now with SLG, they kind of did just one cover per issue, which is fine. It's easier on my wallet that they do that. So I kind of prefer that. But with Dynamite, they tend to do multiple covers for each issue. And for this first issue, they decided to release 78 different covers. Yes, 78. You heard that correct. A lot of them are just the same cover without the title and, everything else. Some of them are signed. They have so many variances, but yeah, 78 different covers. And funny enough, I also went a little crazy with this issue. During my first gathering, during the opening ceremonies, right before the season 1 DVD came out, Greg was telling us, if you want Disney to know that you love this show and you want it to continue, that you want season 2 released, you have to buy season 1. If they don't see good numbers for season 1 DVD, season 2 is not coming out. So obviously it's always a thing of, if you can afford it, buy as much as you can. Greg's not the type to go, make yourself go bankrupt trying to support this show. That's a big no. But it's one of those, if you can, support it financially. Disney does not care if, you tweet at them every minute of every day, please bring back Gargoyles, please release comics, please release. They don't care. What they care about is dollar signs. They care about money. So when something comes out, if you can afford it, obviously, buy it. Just buy it. Even if you can't get it right when it comes out, buy it down the road. But they need to see those numbers. So I remembered that when Greg said, look, you need to support the DVD, otherwise we won't get more. So when Dynamite released issue 1, I said, well, I need to, as much as I can afford, buy as many copies as possible. And just to show, yeah, like I said, a little crazy seems to be the theme for everything concerning this comic, because yes, I went a little crazy. I can't help it. Greg, this is your fault. This is totally on you. These are all beautiful covers. I only went for the baseline covers. I'm not made of money, unfortunately, so I got what I could afford. And honestly, if the title is there or something, that doesn't really bother me. It's cool when it doesn't come with the title there, but I'm happy with it. And yes, I unfortunately have 3 blank covers. I am still trying to find the artist, and not an artist. There are plenty of talented artists in this fandom. I'm just, well, first of all, again, as always, money is a big thing, but trying to find one that will capture whatever image I'm looking for in my mind on these covers. So they currently sit undrawn, but it'll happen eventually one day. But yes, so anyway, 78 covers for this issue. And this picks up 4 months after the events of Phoenix, which is the last issue of SLG. If I remember correctly, that is one of the issues that was not released as an individual issue. It was released in the trade paperback. But yes, so a lot of people, I know when Dynamite was coming out, there were a bunch of new fans that were just entering the fandom, and they hadn't been able to get their hands on the SLG comics. So when Dynamite announced that they were releasing Gargoyles, a bunch of people did go into a bit of a panic going, okay, but how am I going to read this not knowing what happened in the SLG run? Because yeah, there are a couple, I've heard that there are pages floating around and everything, but to try and get those trade paperbacks or even the individual issues from eBay costs an arm and a leg. How are they gonna catch up with what happened? And Greg, not being an idiot, realized this and went, look, you don't have to know what happened specifically. He has set up this new line of comics for the new reader. He has started this as this is a new Gargoyles fan who is getting into the fandom. They are going to be able to open the first page and they'll be set. They won't be going, wait, I'm confused, what's happening? So if you haven't started, if you haven't read SLG, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You won't be confused. I was reading it and going, oh yeah, I remember that happened, because it's explained. You'll be fine, I promise. So in this issue, everyone and everything is reintroduced with Elisa doing the voiceover. She is the narrator for this issue. And as the issues continue, there will be a new character doing the voiceover. So obviously, the comic starts, the Gargoyles are still protecting the city. That's not going to stop anytime soon. Or the organized crime situation in Manhattan has taken a more serious turn, with Dracon and Bodhi still in prison. Obviously, all these gangs have decided, hey, yeah, the big guys are in prison. We're going to start taking Manhattan for bits and pieces for ourselves. It's what's happening in the universe. Cold Stone and Cold Fire. They deal with a gang battle, and they argue with Goliath about how they should be handling their mission to protect the city. You know, Cold Stone's not fond of humans, and honestly, can you really blame him? Humans have given Gargoyles enough reason to not be liked. There's a little bit of a Batman reference in there. Hopefully you all have caught it if you've read it. Talon and Maggie are expecting in this issue. And at the end of the issue, we see Lisa going to the labyrinth to greet the new young one. And somehow Thailog has found out about the pregnancy and wants to claim the child for his own. Now, we all know Thailog is not exactly the fatherly type. He's not all loving. So obviously it's not because he wants to dote on a new little baby. So, but that's where the issue ends. And so yeah, we're left with this question of what the heck's going on. And yeah, and all that stuff. I want to say I did love how they introduced everything and everyone and the new information. I do love the little bit where Elisa does the season 2 introduction in the comic itself. You can hear, even though it's all done in Goliath's voice on the TV show, you can hear Elisa saying it. You gotta love it when you can hear the words. And a little tidbit that I particularly enjoyed in this comic, obviously this entire episode has been spoiler alert. I'll put it somewhere just because I did not say it at the beginning of this episode, but it should be well known. Yeah, spoiler alert. But Elisa finally calls Goliath her boyfriend. It's great. It's finally nice to see. They're finally at that point, at least for her. So, yay. And yeah, that's pretty much what happens in this this first issue. Not a lot happens. It's looking like it's going to be, it takes 3 issues to make essentially one storyline. So obviously the next one will delve a little bit more into the pregnancy and Thailog and all that stuff. We'll get there eventually. And yeah, I guess I'll a little bit on the comic covers. Again, so many. But yeah, as much as I love all the covers, I do have to say, and Greg Guler, this one's to Greg Guler. Thank you for doing this, because I absolutely adore this cover. And of course, now that I'm looking for it, I can't find it. It's always the last one. Absolutely love this cover. I do have a bit of a bias for artwork that is show accurate. That's not to say I bought these covers because I love them and they are the base ones. I wouldn't have, if there was one I didn't like, I wouldn't buy it, you know? Not to say it's bad. It's just not my cup of tea. But this one, and to point out, this is also one of my favorites, and again, you know, it's not the animation style, but I absolutely love it. And this one, I believe, yeah, is Amanda Connor. So if you are looking for the comics, you have a wide range of covers to choose from. Hopefully you can hold yourself back better than I did. And yeah, that's my little synopsis of the first issue of the Dynamite comics. I can't wait to get to number 2 and 3. I read these in one sitting right before the convention earlier this year, and it's the show's just running in your head. It's great. It's so nice to finally have new material coming out and to be able to talk about it and gush over it with other Gargoyles fans. It's just amazing. But yes, that is it for this video. As always, be sure to like and subscribe. I want to make sure that no video is missed for you guys. I will be listing my social media down below. Let me know what you think and everything. And be sure to check out my Patreon. And yeah, be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another. Be the good that you want to see in the world. There needs to be more good in this world. So many people are angry, you know? And yeah. So I'm Desi C. This is Gargoyle Nation, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.